Baptista talk show.
All right, here we go. Waldorf style.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
The Manny Baptista talk show.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Featuring Ella Baptista.
First woman on the Manny Baptista talk show,
First
breaking
lady.
down barriers.
Breaking down barriers.
The first of many.
First of many. You're going to be on the talk show all the time.
It's true.
Of course. There's gonna be so many women on the talk show. What do you mean?
I'm the first of many.
Yeah. Oh, you're the first of many.
First of many.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
How does it feel?
It feels empowering.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Finally,
I'm joking.
It's like it took till 2022 to get a woman on the podcast.
I know.
So yeah. So you're also the first Portuguese person on the podcast.
Well, you're on the podcast.
Oh, that backfired hard. I was trying to break down other barriers in the podcast. This is going terribly to start. Okay, awkward. Well, yeah. How does it feel being a woman talking on a podcast?
It feels, I hope, similar.
Damn, already canceled. Already canceled. Oh my god. Not funny. Okay, let's be serious now.
Okay.
So, how's college been? Ella here goes to UMaine.
I do. I'm a freshman.
She's a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Are you glad you chose UMaine?
Yeah, it's fun. Get to be on podcasts and hang out with some other Mainers. And
some other Mainers?
Some other Mainers / the people I already knew when I came here.
Yeah. And what else? What's new? What's new about moving to Banga?
Moving to Banga.
Living in the dorm.
Living in the dorms.
Tell me the rundown. Tell me what it's like to get up in the morning. The good parts, your favorite parts about living in the dorm versus the bad parts. Because I loved a lot about living in the dorm.
I feel like I know I'm officially like used to living in the dorms when I was like went to the bathroom this morning and somebody's taking like a massive shit like exactly next to me, but I was like, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Like
you're at peace with it.
I'm like, yeah, this is like what it's like. This is my life right now. And I'm like,
we're all at home together in the
Yeah.
public bathroom. Yeah.
It's terrible, but it's what it is.
I remember one time when I was a freshman, I saw this kid on the 4th floor.
Mhm.
Oh my God. On the green floor.
Mhm.
He would always go to the bathroom without any slippers on. And
Oh.
everybody that is listening knows who I'm talking about. Buddy, that wasn't normal.
Yeah.
No way. No way, guy.
There's this one person that likes to like touch feet
Oh,
because
what?
it's like small. They like touch your foot.
Be careful.
I know.
Swiper, no swiping.
Swiper, no swiping.
What the hell are you doing?
I know. Yeah. Or people wear socks in the bathroom. They're so brave.
Sometimes, if I was just going in there for a quick little leak in the middle of the night, I was drinking or something, I would just go into my socks. Like that was fine with me. But bare
That's
feet,
not
never.
fine with me.
No?
No.
Going to the shower, that's a whole nother level.
Oh my god.
That is it's no secret. I mean, I'll be the first one to say it. I go pee on the shower floor in the dorms. I did for 2 years. It's gross.
You're why we gotta wear shoes.
I am why you gotta wear shoes.
But so
There were some
else.
gross people though. There were like emails getting sent around when I was a freshman that were like, people in Somerset Hall need to stop shitting in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is wrong with people?
I know.
Who touched that?
This in Gannett Hall. In Simon's Hall, people are shitting in the showers.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's funny.
But it's like,
It's
well, it's funny
like-
to me because it's not my dorm.
Because it's like, it's not your dorm.
Yeah.
And that is bizarre.
I know.
That is bizarre. Who is
know.
doing that?
I know. True. I don't know.
Swiper, no leaving dumps. Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, that's nothing that even crosses my mind when I take a shower.
Uh-huh.
When I take a shower and I have to like take a dump, I actually am kind of a little bit bummed because like that feeling of like the wet toilet seat, you know what I mean?
Oh, I hate that.
It's like a little bit
it's a
little bit slidey.
God.
Like
Oh my god.
it is just not comfortable. So I usually try to take a shit before I shower.
I was watching, well, kind of.
Never
I
in the shower.
came
though.
across Snoop Dogg's like, it's like a talk show, which I guess this is, but it's like a podcast talk show, which is I guess the same thing this is. Literally, it feels exactly the same. He's literally has no like script, and he's just like shooting off, just like, so who's your inspiration?
I gotta
Everybody's like, I don't know.
I gotta get Snoop Dogg on here. That would be awesome. That's how I know I've made it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you believe Jack Harlow's coming to Maine?
What was
the most white artist ever?
I
The ones that hate me the most look just like me. You tell me what that means.
I literally never heard of him actually.
Really?
Before
he's fantastic. He's an awesome personality. I actually love Jack Arlo.
Get him on the podcast. Get him on the talk show.
That would be. Here's my opportunity.
Yeah, true.
But it sucks because his concert is the same time as my tree pest and disease lecture, so I'm gonna miss it.
Damn.
The whole thing, and it would be free. It's free to all you Maine students.
I thought it was $10.
No, it's free to all you Maine students. Go.
Damn.
Literally go. It's gonna be fun.
The 26th.
Yeah, I am so bummed I'm missing it.
Yeah.
But I'm not because I love the class I'm going to. I'm like excited for that just as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything for Maine Day?
I'm just doing Maine Day.
You have no idea what Maine Day is?
No.
You're going to the AF.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yes. Yeah. Speak right in the mic if you would. It's all right.
Yeah.
Should we do like a meditation session? Just like a
ASMR?
Some ohms.
What is this?
Just to get in touch with the conversation.
Okay.
I don't know. Just trying to be silly.
Just calm our nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous on the podcast.
Why do people do that for meditation? I do believe.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that was like I don't know, but like people would be in like rooms. I've seen like videos of people like hundreds of people like doing that.
Oming.
Yeah, they're like meditating. Or like
that is basically meditation, just getting on the same wavelengths. That's the same wavelengths.
Meditation is literally just like turning off your brain, which is so weird.
Well, think about how many times you're just thinking. Like, how many times a day do you just take a break from thinking?
Never.
You're just always thinking.
Yeah.
Do you ever? This is what I've been doing lately. I heard this on a podcast, and it was like, I just got to once in a while take a step back and just think, like thinking. Not think about anything, but just.
It's like hard though.
But like
to not think about anything, it's so easy to just like be distracted and think of like.
But it's not when you think about it.
It is when you think about it, because you're thinking about not thinking, and then you're thinking about other things that are like, it's just hard to just
take a the moment I open my eyes, I'm thinking, oh, I gotta take a piss, oh, I gotta throw in the bagel in the toaster, oh, I gotta put cream cheese on the bagel, oh, I'm hungry, I gotta feed myself, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and then by the end of the day I'm just like, oh, I gotta go to bed. Like, you kind of need to just like take a 1 second to just thinking a little bit, you know.
Yeah
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I think, sometimes I don't. Most of the times I don't. Sometimes I'll just talk.
I feel like I think on like autopilot. Like I think about like the same things every day, so I like see the same things in a video. I'm like, hey.
Yeah. When I think about the same things every day for too long, I start thinking like too crazy about those things. I always got to like find new things to think about, or else I'm like stewing on the same situation. And
but like if you like make the same, like one of my professors, like I'll see my professor and be like, she has like whatever, the same earrings or whatever. I don't know, just like the same, like whatever they're called, like things you see.
The like thing you saw the next day, you're like, oh, you're wearing the same earrings as you did yesterday.
Yeah, like I can like think and find,
look
like
at
the
that
same...
that piece of litter is still there. That's so weird.
Yeah. Like the same pieces of gum have been in the same place on the sidewalk every day. They're now ingrained. They're now like literally
part of the sidewalk.
Do you know when they like outline in chalk?
They are the sidewalk.
Do you know when you outline in chalk and like a dead body? They look like that. They're just like you can't pick them up.
Yeah.
you couldn't. They're like in the sidewalk.
Something just becomes a part of something.
Yeah.
Like slowly.
Yeah.
through time. Weather just makes everything just like
Yeah.
it makes, I know plastic breaks down in microplastics, but gum, for example, you see that like slowly. You can't see that like throughout a lifetime,
Yeah.
plastic bottle breaking down and then eventually becoming soil and not contaminated, because it takes like 100,000 years or 200,000
Yeah.
or a million years.
Yeah.
So it's like hard to put your head around how big that is. Or even a tree. A lot of people don't think about trees, but if you think about a tree, wow, this tree is up to 1,000 years old if it's a cedar,
Yeah.
and it's like, whoa, this tree has seen a lot.
Yeah.
Trees have lived through extinction events.
Mhm.
And they're still around, so
Yeah.
it's nutty to think about.
True.
They're like, they don't give a fuck. They'll if they're gonna die, they'll shade out their kids. Sorry, son. Mama's gotta get her sunlight. Mama's gotta make some photosynthesis, baby.
Yeah.
It's like animals, like that's like tear you apart, it's like nature's ruthless, but like trees,
Yeah, but not even animals would do that.
Trees are ruthless.
Other than guinea pigs. I'm like
Animals would do that.
No, but like
Sharks
animals like would not like
eat their kids.
Yeah, other than like
what do you
guinea
mean?
pigs.
Tons of animals.
Really?
Sharks, as soon as they have the kids, they're trying to eat them, and baby sharks are trying
We
to
need a
swim
fact
away.
check. Do we have a
Oh
fact
yeah,
check?
of course, always. Sharks eat their siblings, babies, yeah, you name it, they eat it all. The hatched embryos begin to eat the surrounding eggs in some cases.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, well.
But
True.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess.
But what is it? Sharks can hold one or more pups. Or pups. I was reading this from far away. Give me a break,
Mm-hmm.
So one more pups in their 2 uteri. So it is likely that at least 2 megalodons were born at the same time. Eating their siblings, eating their babies.
Were they just talking about eating their siblings in like the womb? Is that what they're talking about? In the
yeah, no. See, this is what I was talking about. Cannibalize their. Yeah, exactly. Sharks are ruthless. I'm not.
True.
They'll eat people.
Do you know they can't breathe if they're not moving?
Because like their lungs are attached to their spine, right? And so it's like opening up as soon as they're like switching sides.
Yeah.
So like when they're switching tanks, they can't breathe.
Yeah.
That's why they can't keep a great white shark.
Yeah.
In a tank.
Yeah. Learn that at the Tampa Aquarium.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually cool. I was asking a ton of questions about. They have a shark down there too.
They didn't have one when I just went, or at least I didn't see it.
Yeah. There was a funny, this girl was talking about sharks, and I was like, like in Jaws, and I was like bringing up like stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, sharks don't really they're not really too sexist. They don't care if you're a hot lady or an ugly lady or a man or an old man or a kid. They'll just eat you if you're a human. She was like joking, obviously, but I was like, that was like the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, they really only eat you if they think seal. I think they don't.
Do you ever think like when you're sitting, if you're like whatever in like a lecture or seminar or like anything, and somebody's like, they're like serious, obviously, but they like, even if their jokes like aren't funny, it's like even funnier that like when somebody's like trying to tell a joke, but they're like in like a serious like academic, like it's like always funnier because I'm like, you didn't have, or like I didn't expect
to do that.
Yeah, but it's like funny. It's like funnier than it would be just if they were to just say that.
I think it's easier to learn when teachers are a little bit personable.
Yeah.
Like a little bit personable. Yeah. Like, come on. Like, you gotta understand that like some kids, college is hard. You know what I mean? You're signing so much hard work. Also, people you're in college for the first time. So you're doing a bunch.
Yeah.
It's like, college is not easy. And a lot of teachers are really understanding, I would say.
Yeah. I feel like those are the best teachers though. You would learn the most from the ones who like actually like teaching as well as like like love whatever they do, because I feel
Yeah.
like like professors or whatever, people, professionals, whoever, who like are obsessed with their topic
Talking to the mic. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
They're like good, but then when they like their topic and also like teaching,
Yeah, definitely.
it's like that's like that little makes it like so much more,
so much better when
Yeah.
when they're nice, they like what they're teaching.
Totally.
Makes a difference.
Totally.
Because I mean, you can't really. I mean, you can if you really want to like the teaching English 101, where it's like, oh, you have to learn this this rhetorical writing. And this is great writing. Like, you have to learn how to become a writer. And it's like just painfully boring writing on writing. It's like, how fun is that to learn? You're not like changing anyone's like perspective on life every day by being like, well, this, if you word it like this, like you could if you were talking about freestyle rapping with me, but if you're talking about really just writing an essay, you're not changing anyone's mind and making them want to switch majors like you would be in forestry, learning about trees.
True.
Or
well, maybe, unless you have like, I feel like unless you had like amazing teacher, that would be like,
yeah, no, definitely are amazing teachers, but I'm saying that it's like built for you just take to pass it for like you're basically like, the teachers are usually like, they don't make the class. Like, it's pre-made, and they just go and they already have a schedule for the class. I'm missing a lot of words right now, but
yeah,
you picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, you know what I mean, Les? You know what I mean?
I feel like I say like so much, it comes up in my text now. Like I never used to. I used to be able to just text normal, and now I'm like, I text the word like now, and I'm like,
yeah,
what the heck?
And there's this funny thing. I'm friends with this guy, and we were skiing, and I was like, I like those you know, those little trees popping up under the snow. He's like, yeah, I like those too. I really like those. He's like, I like those a lot.
Neat.
I like when
neato.
Yeah, exactly. Overusing a word, just oof. It shows, but you can't. It's so hard to shake.
Yeah.
It's so hard to shake.
Yeah.
It's so hard to be like
yeah.
Be like, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
I just have to watch a Trailer Park Boys, J-Rock. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh man, the last guy on the podcast was talking about his two favorite shows, Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yep.
And Trailer Park Boys.
Yep.
And oh man, he was making me crack up. He was making me crack up. This is fun. So fun having you on the podcast, Stella.
It's fun being on the podcast.
Fantastic. I wish you went to Divest Fest. I didn't see you.
Totally forgot. Well, you said just show up at Matt's house, and I'm like, I don't know what that is or where that is.
You were there for Squatters Prom.
That
was like behind McDonald's.
That was like months ago. That was like in September.
Yeah, but you've been there for ice fishing.
No.
You didn't come ice fishing with me at all? You've never been to Matt's house? I don't know. But anyways, it was fun. You missed out.
I know. I was listening to
We're fighting live.
Earlier.
We're fighting. We're siblings. This is so awkward. You're listening to a podcast earlier.
Your podcast.
Oh, whoa.
And you're talking about it. And I was like, oh my God, I missed it. Well, I forgot it. Like, you told me the night before when we went to see Uncharted in theaters now at Spotlight Cinema.
That was so fun.
I feel like I was like I don't even know. I was like,
what?
Baffling.
It was baffling? How so?
Not baffling. I don't know the word I'm looking for. But it was like the plot twist became so many plot twists that it became like predictable that it was just going to be, but it was good. I'm not going to critique it.
Critique the movie. No spoiler. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert if you're going to see but it's not like anything like the video games, so don't expect that.
Yeah, well, my opinion, it was mediocre. I think it was mediocre. But I'm not hating. I was having a good time. I went to see a movie with you guys and laughed the whole time, like openly made fun of it. It's so funny because I came home and we were like, "Hey Hunter, we just saw Uncharted." He was like, "Cool." And then like Nick's our other roommates like parents came to town, and they were like, "What's up with you, Manny?" Like, I was like, "Oh, I just went to see like Uncharted." And my other roommate that just didn't say anything earlier was like, "Yeah, I've seen that 5 times." I was like, "Why did you tell me earlier?"
5 times.
I was like, I feel like that'd be something we would bring up, but maybe. I thought it was a riot.
I feel like people
you
who
feel
see
like
I feel like people who see movies in the movie theater like an outrageous amount of times is really funny.
it's funny. It's just
Like,
so not
no,
me.
like mom liked the Freddie Mercury movie.
Oh, and
She's
saw it
like, "Oh
like
yeah, I
20
saw it
times.
17
Yeah.
times." And I'm like, by
You
yourself?
spent $200 watching that movie. And she's like, "Mama."
Except like whenever we see one of those movies, I'm like, I know I'm gonna be listening to these songs now for the next like 6 months, and every like
I'm glad that we went through Queen phase.
I know,
Like,
but I'm
that's
like
so
every
fun.
time or when they had like I guess not Rocket Man, I didn't see that one, but like
That one
everyone
it wasn't
like,
that good, I don't think.
I didn't hear good things, but I mean like still it's like, oh yeah, Elton John. Like,
If you're gonna make a movie like that, make it good. If you have a dope ass soundtrack like
yeah.
Rocket Man,
Yeah.
like Elton John has so many good songs.
True.
Like, what the fuck? Don't mess it up and make it shit.
True.
Nobody's gonna remember
True.
it.
But I feel
Or
like
you could sell millions of records like Queen did.
but some movies like Bohemian Rhapsody was like gonna be good because Freddie Mercury had like a crazy life.
Yeah.
You know what I
no
mean?
doubt. I mean, Elton John did too. I mean,
I know, but I mean like the
he's
way
not dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Queen. Yeah. Queen's awesome.
True.
But yeah, no doubt. But Motley Crue's the same way. I mean, Motley Crue they had a crazy life, but that movie just made a whole nother generation of Motley Crue fans.
The Dirt.
Have you seen it?
I saw like some of it. It was a Netflix movie, right?
Watch it.
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky. It's so good. I love movies about bands. I could really watch movies about bands.
I have been on a massive documentary. Every documentary. I've watched like everyone on Netflix.
Yeah. Documentaries, and I'm getting into like World War II documentaries.
Yeah.
Just because it's like that was less than 100 years ago.
I feel like
what the fuck was wrong with the world?
I know.
Germany just decided, I'm going to war. Who against?
Take over
who against?
all of the world.
Who are you going to war against?
Everyone.
The world. And then 20 years later, they decide they're going to war again. Against who else but the world?
Yeah.
It's like they should have sat Germany down and been like, okay, you gotta stop going to war.
Yeah.
With the world as your opponent.
Pretty much. That's
like third time. Come on, Germany.
Yeah.
But it won't be Germany, obviously not. I was just making a joke. But that was less than 100 years ago.
I know, yeah.
Absolutely things that should put anybody in crimes against humanity. Like people were doing.
Yeah.
And society thought the whole German society back then was the biggest army in the world. The most advanced army in the world had the worst morals. How does that make sense?
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, it was sort of like it was like crazy. Like he was able to like get the whole country to like get on board with this insane.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely crazy.
Well, it's sort of because all of like Europe was like blame Germany for World War I.
Yeah.
So they were like, well, if everyone hates us, no, not really. There's not really.
But
I was just like, they were sort of like fed up. They're like, well, whatever. Fuck this. I'm just gonna
go to war again.
Kind of. I mean, not really. That's not really.
Yeah,
like, But you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
But I feel like history is like
so
you
cool,
can just like
because it's gonna predict
it's
again.
just like stories. You can just like listen to stories all day, and then that's history. Like you're just learning, but it's literally just like a story.
Totally agree.
Or like,
I literally totally agree.
Yeah.
Let's break this podcast up into 2 because that's what I'm trying to do now. So I can like name this podcast like what did we go over in this podcast?
Dorms, World War II, talked about showers for a long time, I feel like.
Showers. All right, we'll just end it and then start another one.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. Thank you if you made it this far. You guys are awesome.
Yep.
Big heart. Love you. Shout out my mom and Ella's mom.
Yep. And Dad and Sally and Arky.
And Dad and Sally and Arky. And
The whole
everyone.
gang.
And
Everyone.
everyone. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like, shout out literally everyone I know. If you're watching this podcast, shout you out.
True.
Because, like, that's dope if you're spending time,
It's true.
like, just watching us talk about shenanigans.
Yeah. I feel like whenever I go on, I'm like, I'm going to watch a podcast. Always live. Oh
Always
my God,
live?
someone's watching. Is it Kaya?
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Comment for whoever's watching. That's a shout out whoever's watching big time because we'll keep it going.
We'll keep it going.
We'll keep it going. We can keep it going, Ella. But as soon as they got like England into the war, they got they got a rude awakening because then they had Canada, India. I mean, all the allies
True.
with England. That's huge.
Colonies, really.
Colonies.
That was mostly why it was a world war because, like, literally
Because
they
of England.
controlled it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But the Philippines had a huge part to do with it too. I don't know because that was
I
an
don't know
American
that much.
territory.
Probably that sounds right.
Yeah.
You
let's
know
not
more than
talk
me.
about World War II. We're going through a war on the other side of the planet right now.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Too much war.
Yeah, too much war. But I
what I heard the other day that was super interesting though is that they said that gore and like violence is more addicting than like in your brain than like cigarettes or like anything addicting because once you learn you're like addicted, you want to know like more
news.
Yeah. Or even like serial killers, like once they do it, it's like it's like addicting. Not like obviously like it's not somebody normal or like who wouldn't kill anyone. It's not really like that, but like watching
no one's accusing
like
you.
true crime well, I mean like
they just took that clip of the podcast. Yeah, Ella kills people. It's addicting.
Well, I mean like it's not so addicting whereas like
no,
so
but
many.
gore like that, like blood, because it's like think about video games even. Like, terrible video games.
Yeah.
It's addicting in any stance.
Yeah.
Horror movies.
Yeah, I went through like I was like kind of addicted to true crime, much like everyone on Netflix. Best one, Ted Bundy tapes.
Ted Bundy tapes is good.
So good. Cause it's kind of like
let's talk about some true crime. Yes. I am so down.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I know you are. Huge fan.
Huge fan. I just not huge, but it's just kind of like this is crazy. Yeah. Have you seen Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
That one's insane, but not for the fact that it's like true crime, for the fact that this like, Facebook group chat.
Crazy people.
They found like vacuums in the corner of the room. And they were like.
They like spent thousands
shout out
of dollars.
John Green and Body Movin' on Facebook. The two
Body
people.
Movin'.
That
Turn
was
this
their like
up.
alias on Facebook.
Body Movin'. Imagine like being John Green and he's like, oh yeah, me and Body just have to like
we have to find this
crime out. I wonder if they're like researching a new one.
They've got to be. I mean, literally, how do you have that much like free time that they're looking on like every market of vacuum in the entire world? They're like, this one rug was sold by this one person, and they have international shipping, so we gotta like.
Yeah. So we have to. So we have to go through every single name of everyone who bought this rug. Obviously,
exactly.
It's one of these people.
Yeah.
250,000 people. Oh yeah, they only show the zip code. Good luck. And we found them. What's another good one? The one with the Unabomber. Wait, is that the one? Yeah, Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. This is a hot take. Oh, I need a hot take button.
Hot take.
But did Ted Kaczynski do you think he's gonna be right in the future?
I think his ideas were
wrong.
They weren't that
wrong, but they were
like his like he would obviously was wrong about like killing people, but he was like the kind of like machines are like or like industrial world is kind of like bound to fail, and we're gonna like
he thought like we were supposed to be connected to nature more, but he didn't understand the forestry aspect, which really I did not understand.
It was more of like the societal. It wasn't so
it was society evolve around machines.
Yeah, it was like
codependent.
Yeah, so he would like, I feel like he was like smart, obviously. He had like a PhD in math or something like that.
Yeah, he was a professor, I think.
Yeah, so
He was
like
he had credentials.
Somewhere in California. But he was just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, no shit. He's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He lived in a shack in the middle of the woods and sent bombs to people for no reason.
Exactly. Well, he sent it to like all the CEOs of these like factories and like these like.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just random people in that industry.
I think maybe at some point he did just random, but I know some of them were like directed specifically at people. He like sent them in books about like, I don't know.
What was it?
I don't know.
Airlines too? What was because it was Unabomber. He was called the Unabomber because it was like universities and airlines.
I think because he sent it in the mail.
Oh yeah.
And so then they had to like do that. But I think it's crazy that his brother is the one that caught him. Like he
Paul
like,
Kaczynski.
Yeah, they found his like, they were like, oh yeah, my brother.
Found his writing.
Yeah, because they published it in the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, my brother, this is what he sounds like. Or actually his wife. It was his wife.
Sent it in.
He was like reported it and was like, you should tell them that this is probably your brother.
That is bizarre that they caught him.
Totally. But because I feel like they're the only people that could have caught him. Because they know what he like talks like and like.
Yeah, and nobody else in the world knew him. Nobody even knew him except for him.
I feel like that's crazy.
There's a cool part in that movie when they're like looking for someone named Randy because on one of the notes it said call Randy.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening was, say for example, if I wrote call Randy on this, the imprint would be left on this.
Yeah.
So that's what they were looking at.
Yeah.
And it was just in the mailroom. The mail guy wrote call Randy.
Oh yeah.
And then like they
spent like the so much money.
Yeah, the FBI put like $10 million.
And like searching every Randy in the United States.
And it was no one named Randy. And he was like, probably Ted Kaczynski's like, yeah, Randy.
Or he didn't even know. He's in a shack. Randy. He didn't even.
Oh yeah, he didn't even.
He didn't even know they're looking for Randy.
He didn't even know they were looking for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he did at some point.
Yeah, obviously. That is. Come on, though. Living in a shack.
I could not imagine like being so like in solitude for just so long, but just being fine with it.
Yeah. Wow. I can't. I hate silence.
Me too.
Awkward silence.
Me too.
I always like. This is what my go-to line is. If I don't know someone, I'll be like, "What do you do?"
What do you do?
Yeah. What do you do? Like, let me see what you do. What do you do?
What is the answers? Like, what do you do? Like, what do they answer? Like, what are they doing?
What do they do for work? What do they do for anything? Different every time. What do they do for school? What do they do for work? What do they do for fun? For hobbies? What do you do? What's a trick you can do? You're like,
I literally, that's what I always say. I can do the clover tongue. That's my trick.
Yeah. Clover tongue.
Baptista, except nobody else can do it, I don't think, in our family.
Kanarki?
Everyone else is good at wiggling their ears.
Oh, I can probably move these headphones. Like, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, moving your ears. I wonder what that muscle is. Why would you have that muscle? I just got to reach back in here.
I don't know.
It's cool how some dogs or cats can like move their ears to where like they hear. Yeah,
I've seen that. No, so if they get like except we have that same thing, except like evolved out. I saw a video once where it's like when you hear a sound, you have these like something like, do you know how dogs, they can like move their ears when they like they as a reaction to a sound. Like we have like hairs in our ears, I guess, so it's not really the same, but it's like a similar idea. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. I shouldn't
no totally
be talking to the masses about
the masses
science,
the hairs in our ears. Yeah, the hairs in our ears. You ever get a big chunk of earwax fall out? No. That happened the other day, and I was like, I was listening to too much heavy metal.
Simon got a Q-tip, like the cotton part got stuck in his ear.
Ooh.
And like the end came out, so it's like just the cotton part. So I had to go get it like flushed out at Color Health.
Oh my god!
I know.
Ouch!
I know.
Could he hear? Oh, he's like, you could hear everything, every piece of that cotton.
Yeah,
that's funny. Let's talk about robots.
Robots.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like, people are like, oh my god, robots are the future, but I'm kind of like, I think things are fine.
Things are fine.
I mean, maybe for like medical things, but we don't need a robot to like do anything more. Like even Siri, I'm kind of like, why do you exist? Like we don't even need you, really.
Yeah, we do. Siri,
but all she does is just
what
do
if you
whatever
don't know a song on the radio?
Oh my god, I was with
and
Mimi.
then you're just like, Siri, what's the song?
I was with Mimi, and she always is like, this bitch in my phone. Oh yeah, our grandmother.
Yeah. Siri, you bitch.
Yeah, she's such a bitch. Yeah. She doesn't listen to anything I say. Except one time she was like, Siri, call my dad. And she was like, I don't know who your dad is. I don't know who you are. And she literally was like, this bitch.
You know who I am. People are yelling at their phone.
Siri.
Oh my god. Do you think one day phones are just going to be like, I remember that?
Yeah, Simon talks about like brain chips. How that's like the next phone. And I'm like not about that at all. Don't put anything in my brain. Yeah. I feel like because I don't.
Okay, well, let's think about this. Okay. Would you be 10% smarter if you had the
you would be
10% more efficient?
5,000% more efficient.
But like right now, if a chip came out and everyone that took it was 10% more efficient, so that means that everything that they could have been done, they could do it better, quicker, faster, more efficiently. They could do everything at just a computer rate.
Yeah, but I'm just like,
they have a computer helping them out.
Yeah, those are like oh my gosh. But then like the reality that isn't so like cool is like, what about in like 50 years? Like what happens then?
Yeah, when we all just don't know how to use our brain anymore.
Yeah,
or like has a brain chip.
If everyone has a brain chip, then everyone is like equally as good at everything. Yeah. And so then the only thing that can be like special is like, no, it's like
it's literally genetics. Yeah.
Like that's the only like specialized job you could possibly have because everybody else knows everything else. Also, I feel like there's this weird thought. I feel like people could like hack into your brain and like read your thoughts. That's what I'm like thinking about with
that's cool.
I'm like, I don't want that.
True. Imagine whatever you could tell what everyone's thinking. That'd be gross.
That'd be. I want to, obviously.
No, you don't. And I feel like everyone has stuff that they look and think, and then they're like, "Oh, damn! That if I said what I think out loud, I would be shot dead." Probably.
Yeah,
like
I feel like I would be like, "Oh my god, yeah, I want to know what everyone thinks." And like once you get it, you're like,
"This is a space where I can like talk about whatever I think." But really, when I'm like talking to somebody, if they could hack into my thoughts,
you say like half what you're gonna say.
Oh man, that's a different ball game.
Yeah,
that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah,
because I mean, all of our thoughts are already on our phone.
No, because literally that's like the only bit of privacy you have. Like you're watched all the time, like on your screen, on like the screen, on your phone, like in security cameras. Like you're always like, and it's like fine. I'm like,
not by like a person, but just by like an algorithm.
Just by something. Yeah. You're being watched by whatever.
Yeah.
And so I feel like what is the most private in your whole world is like your thoughts. You have nothing more private than your thoughts.
Or your garden.
True.
Oh, they do know because they know the weather.
True.
Computers know everything.
Computers know everything except your thoughts. Unless you type them out. So, but but I mean, like beyond that, I'm like, okay, so your last bit of privacy could potentially.
They do know your thoughts. They can predict your next move. They know when you're going to the gym. They know when you want to go to this. They know when you want to, just by like a percentage chance of what you've done in the past.
I feel like that could be cool though, because then they could like prevent crime. If they're like thinking about like what people are thinking, but that's not even worth like, to me that can't be worth like.
No, I don't think any
the privacy of my thoughts.
I don't think any censoring of anything. Like I think everybody should have the right to their own. Like I don't think you should be watched. I don't